If you are a travel lover and have an interest in European countries, you must have wanted to go to the Netherlands, the dream of almost every traveler in the world. Home to many nationalities of different nationalities, the Netherlands, the land of freedom, arts and entertainment, is considered one of the most civilized countries in the world. The Netherlands is a kingdom located in Western Europe and is also a country of kingdoms with many islands. They are governed by a parliamentary monarchy system and have their origins in the Germanic tribes of the past. Dutch historians consider the 1600s to be the Dutch Golden Age. In those years, some oppressive regimes became stronger in other European countries as well. The European wealthy and intellectuals fleeing the war immigrated to the Netherlands, and then the country became mixed. Afterwards, liberal and healthy economic policies were implemented in the country, and the foundations of today's modern Netherlands were laid. In addition, they became a center of attraction with the trade networks they established, by making good use of the age of discoveries. Indeed, the Dutch today are among the most enviable nations for their prosperity and happiness. It is as if they continue to live their golden age and enjoy the blessings of life. The people of this country speak Dutch, a dialect of Dutch, and this language is compared to German by some. This is where the English term Netherlands derives. As most of the country's land is below sea level, we can say that the country is literally built on flat lands. Although this situation seems to cause trouble in a possible flood disaster, the perfect set and canal system developed by the Dutch over the years is sufficient to protect the whole country. The Netherlands has a branded capital city like Amsterdam. Along with Rotterdam, it is the country's two most populous cities. Especially tourists try to make their visit to the Netherlands, based in Amsterdam, because the city is really popular and attractive events are held here. For example, the Royal Dutch musicians, considered the best orchestra in the world, are very popular in this country. In addition, the world-famous Red Street is also located in this city. There is hardly a tourist who goes to Amsterdam and returns without seeing Red Street. On the other hand, don't be surprised if you see more bicycles than people in Amsterdam, because this country is one of the fairy tale countries where bicycle use is the most common and safe. People prefer to travel by bicycle rather than by car, tram, or bus. For this reason, you can see plenty of bike paths in the country, and you can come across local people who cycle quickly from place to place. Also, something else in the city might catch your attention. In the capital city of Amsterdam, houses are often adjacent and narrow, because the tax according to the width of the houses in the city amount is also increasing. Therefore, the distance between the two buildings is very small. There are many other elements that make the Netherlands interesting. For example, there are hundreds of canals and thousands of bridges that divide Amsterdam into two like a cake. Moreover, people do not even want to return to their own country when they see windmills and magnificent architecture intertwined with nature. For example, the seaside town of Volendam and the island of Marken, a must-visit for anyone visiting Amsterdam. Does this really belong where I live? It's literally heaven. They are two towns of perfect beauty, despite its magnificent nature and unique architecture. This country, of course, also has flaws. For example, if you go to the Netherlands, you may be disappointed in terms of food culture, and you may not see many kinds of food there. Maybe they couldn't have a rich culinary culture because their climate was cold. It would not be wrong to say that. Traditional dishes revolve around meat, cabbage, and potatoes. However, there is a very important dish that you must taste when you go to the Netherlands. It's Dutch cheese. Their cheese tastes amazing, probably because it's made from the milk of cows that graze all day in the lush green meadows of the Netherlands. Along with Switzerland, it is one of the top cheese-selling countries in the world, although their cheese is usually soft and milky smelling. There are also different varieties according to the degree of aging. Spicy cheeses flavored in various ways are also sold in abundance. There is another sector that the Netherlands sells and becomes a brand, and that is tulip production. Tulip gardens in this country, along with wooden slippers, are one of the main symbols of the Netherlands. When you go to the tulip gardens, a little far from the city center of Amsterdam, you can see colorful flowers as well as tulips. Or stay in the city center and browse for wooden slippers called Klompen and other souvenirs. So what kind of nation are the Dutch, according to many? The Dutch are extremely open-minded and kind people. For example, in restaurants, waiters are called without shouting, and they pay attention to it. In fact, it is an important etiquette to call the waiters by hand signal as much as possible. They also dislike exaggerated compliments and call people by their first names. However, if you are intimate with a Dutch person, you may encounter an unusual form of greeting. Normally, the handshake is done twice, on the right and left cheek, while the Dutch handshake is reminiscent of traffic rules. So they kiss 3 times, first from the right, then from the left, and again from the right. It is also useful to keep in mind the idea of tipping if you are going into the service industry there, because the Dutch think that the main duty of the waiters working in restaurants and cafes is to serve, and they do not prefer to tip. Male individuals are shown as the tallest people in the world, and they love to consume beer. In fact, Europe's largest breweries are located in this country. In addition, state-controlled drug consumption is free in the country, and this is an astonishing fact regarding the way of life of the people. It should be said that this country was one of the first to legalize same-sex marriage since 2001. People here can marry their own gender. With a population of 18 million, the Netherlands seems inclined to Christianity in terms of faith. Despite this, nearly half of the country does not identify as belonging to any religion. In terms of business, people work in sectors such as maritime, fisheries, trade and banking, and export many products using advanced technologies in agriculture. They are shown as one of the countries with the lowest unemployment rate in Europe and dominate the world economy. Despite their small population, in the Netherlands, unlike other countries, the administration is not carried out from the capital city of Amsterdam. The International Court of Justice in The Hague is the administrative center of this country, proving that war criminals were tried in the past and that there is still justice in the world, and that the criminals will be punished one day. It is also the most important diplomatic center of the United Nations. All decisions taken in this council are considered valid by all countries that recognize it. In this video, we introduce the Netherlands, the symbol of the orange, to you. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe to our channel. Stay with love.